Channel. This is your boy Angwene Gideon, yet again with another chapter now in our video. Today we shall be looking at one important thing that we use on our computer. This is called Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel is a feature in our computer that allows you to do what? To organize work in rows and columns. Most of you might have used it for your business calculations, for creating report cards, and the rest of the things. So, we're going to have an introduction on what and how we can use what? Excel in our daily activities. So, we're going to start with how we can do what? How we can open Microsoft Excel. And then during the course of the video, I will show you the special features that we have when using what? Microsoft Excel. So how do you open Microsoft Excel? You go on your computer, you click on Start menu, and you'll have your Excel. And when you click on it, the way it has opened, you choose what? When you want to when you want to open, do a new thing. You click on that and it is going to do what? It's going to open for you. Or if you want to use a previously used Excel form, you will use it. So since we're introducing, we're going to click on what? Blank workbook. So now there are some keywords that you need to know. Like I said in Word, this is our ribbon. Hmm? This is our ribbon, and our ribbon is organized in tabs, and then the tabs organized in groups. So what I mean by tabs are these ones: file, home, insert, draw, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, help. So all these things are going to help us in carrying our various duties while using what? While using Microsoft Excel. So there are some words you need to get acquainted with when using what? Microsoft Excel. Now, you always hear people talking about rows and columns when they are using what? When they are using Microsoft Excel. So, what are rows? These are our rows. Okay? And then, what are columns? These are the columns. Okay? These are the columns. So so now when a row and a column meet, they form what we call a cell. So these boxes you're seeing, each of them is what? A cell. So a cell can either be active or inactive. So you find that this is what? This is a cell. This is an active cell. An active cell has got uh, a bold thing around it. So this is an active cell. Yeah, how to make a cell active is by clicking on it. You see it has formed. This one is an active cell. This one has become an active cell, or this one has become an active cell. So once you do that, it creates the cell to become what? Active. So a cell is a combination of rows and columns. Okay, and it is where you're going to type your things. And then a group of cells, like all these things, all these things uh, now form what we call a worksheet. Okay, so we have our worksheet one here. So the whole of this thing is a worksheet. And then you can create another worksheet by clicking here, and then it forms what? Worksheet 2. The number goes on and on and on, as many as you want. So when you have another worksheet in the same document that you're creating using Microsoft in the same using the same in your Microsoft Excel, so it becomes what? a workbook. So meaning that sheet 1 and sheet 2 make what? A workbook. So a workbook has got more than one worksheet. So how do you maybe you cannot work on the whole thing. So how do you do? What do you do? You select you select maybe if you only want your work to be here, you select. After selecting, you go to borders. When you go to borders and you click on it, it will make your work to be what? To be bordered, depending on how you want it to be. If you want it to be enclosed in every aspect, you click and select the option, maybe all borders. You get this. So your work is going to be you're going to focus your work here, meaning that when you're going to print, the printer is only going to pick this work you have worked on, not the whole work, not the whole worksheet. So when you're done with your so how do you type in a worksheet? Maybe let's say this is Angwerini, uh, Angwerini. Let's say this is Angwerini Gideon. So you find that the name has gone beyond that. What you will now have to do is to go up. You long press. You at the right. You long right, long left click, and then you extend, and it will bring it to accommodate the what? The whole name. So there are those things that maybe you want to make a clear line. You want to create a clear space. That is what we call merging. When you want to merge this area, what do? You merge like this, and it leaves for you an open space, maybe where you can type a heading. If you want to only merge a smaller one, you highlight what you want it to be. Maybe you want this one to be an open space. You do what? You all click like that, and it leaves you an open space where you're going to type whatever you're going to type. So subsequent things you can type here, and then you just move on and on and on and on until you do your work. So like I said, there are things on this worksheet. Well, book your worksheet. So you find that your worksheet in your worksheet you can insert things. If maybe you want to insert something, you highlight where you want to insert the thing, and then it makes your tools to be active in the various groups. So if you want to insert a table, you insert. If you want to insert a figure, you insert. If you want to insert a chart, you insert, depending on what you want. If you want to draw something, you can draw. The way you want your thing to appear, is here. And then formulas are like what with Excel you can do addition, you can do subtraction. The various formulas are here. You can have sum, you can have average, you can have maximum, you can go high. There are very many other things that you will get with the formulas. And then you have things like how you want it to appear, the view of it. And then once you're through, you'll find that once you're done with your work, and then you want to save. And then you want to save, what do? You can long press Ctrl and S. Since this is a new document, you'll have to save with a name. And then find the location where you're going to, where you want to do what, where you want to save it. But if you cannot do that, you go to what, you go to files and select what, save as. It still brings you to the same thing. And then say you want to save it on the PC, maybe on the desktop, and when on the desktop you choose the name. Like for this one, I've chosen book 1655 as a unique name for this file. You save it. So in the subsequent times, when you want to close this document, since we have saved it, it can be saved. But in an event you have added something maybe different, maybe you have added something different, and you want to, when you want to close, it will say, do you want to save this document? But in an event, since our power is also not unstable in Uganda, so you will go to files. Each time you do some work, save it, eh? Or you can just click on Control and S. It will save it, and your work will be secured. Otherwise, thank you. Well, this is how far I can go with the introduction. In our subsequent videos, we shall look into how we can use Microsoft Excel to create a report card. A teacher doesn't have to go through the strenuous work of doing additions, or doing subtraction, divisions to make the marks to come out well. So we shall look at how we can create what? A report card using what? Excel. Thank you so much.